And black folks don't embrace what folks are trying to do and fend that off, that upsets me, because I am somebody that's trying to set a path for future folks on the come up for my community to be in this position one day.
Facing a lawsuit in Miami from his ex, accusing him of battery, kidnapping, false imprisonment, and emotional distress. I mean, this does not look good. And he's had previous with his partner. Hands on women, I just can't agree with. It's just terrible. And it's so bad for boxing when a fighter is being accused of putting. I mean, that's my personal opinion on.
As reported, Jake Paul's return could shift to December, with the November 14th Netflix exhibition in jeopardy due to the latest allegations against Gervonta Davis. Sources tell Ring Magazine that December 12th and the 19th are possibilities, right? And here are the potential opponents: Nate Diaz or Francis Ngannou.
Stephen A. Smith has come out swinging against Gervonta Tank Davis, accusing the fighter of sabotaging his own career through reckless behavior and poor choices outside the ring. Smith didn't hold back, emphasizing that raw talent means nothing without discipline, humility, and respect for the sport. With Davis's future now hanging in the balance, Jake Paul is reportedly set to move forward with a new opponent, someone closer to his weight, style.
Jake Paul.
I hate it. And Jake Paul's starting to piss me off. Mike Tyson is 57 years old, man. Jake Paul been training with professional boxing trainers for years. He takes the sport very seriously.
Thank you. So let me ask you, that's the question I have, because great kid, great businessman, by the way, amazing. And I don't know how he does all this, the character and the persona. We keep saying that he doesn't want to be a boxer. He's not a boxer, but then
Jake Paul is a boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my point.
Exactly. He's a boxer.
He can fight. I respect it. So go in there against fighters. You should be climbing the ladder towards those other fighters and taking the sport seriously to the point where you're fighting actual boxers. Now he decides to fight a fighter, a real fighter, which is Tyson. But Tyson is 30 years older. Stop this nonsense of going against dudes that either ain't boxing or is 25 years removed from the sport.
And market level to keep the much anticipated event alive. According to an official post from Inside Ring Show on X, Gervonta Davis is expected to be officially withdrawn from his November 14th Netflix exhibition fight against Jake Paul. The event is now being rescheduled for December as a replacement opponent is finalized. Sources told The Ring's Mike Coppinger that new dates being discussed include December 12th and December 19th. Among those reportedly contacted were Andre Ward, Nate Diaz, and even Francis Ngannou, names that have sparked intense speculation among fans about Jake Paul's next move. On the Wade podcast, analysts broke down Jake Paul's team strategy, noting that they put a heavy emphasis on image control and financial optics. They believe the ongoing lawsuit involving Davis could seriously hurt pay-per-view sales, as fans might hesitate to support a fighter facing such damaging allegations. The analyst explained that Jake's camp values reputation as much as profit, and this controversy puts both at risk. The Netflix exhibition was originally expected to bring mainstream buzz and global reach to boxing, but with Davis's legal situation dominating headlines, the entire story surrounding the event has shifted. While drama often fuels boxing hype, legal scandals like this tend to push audiences away instead of drawing them in.
Jake takes these fights very, very seriously. And I just thought, okay, this is gonna get a little more interesting than I previously thought. I thought it would be a bit of a mismatch, a bit of a, boxing experience to Gervonta Davis, Jake bringing the size and power, and we're gonna get one of these stalemates where no one wants to take a real risk and both guys are gonna get paid. Turns out no guy may get paid, or Gervonta Davis might be kicked off the card because we have a new, not champion, a new domestic violence abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank, and some of those have been dropped, and others have not really been pursued, and you don't really know what's what behind the scenes with people, but when things like this happen over and over, I think this is his fourth or maybe fifth allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. But let's get into this thing, and then we'll just go right into the report from Chris Mannix here. Shout out Mannix. Obviously, you guys know him as a commentator with DAZN. covers boxing, covers basketball as well for SI. Chris Mannix on Twitter says, Netflix and reps for Jake Paul have been exploring potential replacements for Gervonta Davis. Sources familiar with the situation told SI Now. Paul Davis, scheduled for November 14th, is in limbo after new allegations of domestic violence against Gervonta Davis. I was in the car. I didn't know if this was real, but I had seen a report, and this came out, I think on October, it came out a couple days ago, but it was from October 27th, and there was a civil suit over domestic allegations just 2 weeks ahead of this fight. This is from Andreas Hale, our guy over at ESPN.com. He essentially wrote the article on it and went into details. So let's take a read. Gervonta Tank Davis has once again found himself in legal trouble just 2 weeks before his exhibition fight. And yes, it was going to be an exhibition. I know it was billed as a exhibition with, a winner and loser, but let's be honest about it. Two guys, massively different weights, massively different experience. It was going to be an exhibition. On November 14th, a new civil lawsuit filed in Miami-Dade County has put the WBA lightweight champion in hot water over another.
Mike Coppinger, senior insider for Ring Magazine and co-host of Inside Ring Show, confirmed the latest developments on X as reported by Chris Mannix. Jake Paul's return will likely move to December, with the November 14th date now uncertain. Sources told Ring Magazine that both December 12th and 19th are on the table, and according to Mannix, initial outreach has even been made to fighters like Ryan Garcia and Terrence Crawford. Coppinger's update has added further credibility to the growing reports that Jake Paul's fight lineup is undergoing major changes behind the scenes. Meanwhile, former world champion Carl Froch didn't mince words when addressing the chaos. He slammed the original Jake Paul versus Davis matchup as a circus, claiming it was built more for showmanship than sporting legitimacy. Froch said Jake never should have agreed to fight Davis since there was little to gain competitively. Now, with Davis facing serious legal trouble, Froch believes it's time to move on and secure a credible opponent. He argued that the event could still succeed if Jake's team handles it the right way. Froch also criticized boxing's growing obsession with spectacle over substance, saying this situation proves exactly how that approach can backfire.
Still proven guilty, they say, right? Regardless of how many times he's been accused of this type of stuff, allegedly or not, it's still innocent until proven guilty. Now, if I have a contract with you, this doesn't involve you. I understand you got a brand and public relations, all this type of stuff, but technically, this doesn't involve you. So you pulled my $200 Jake Paul contract. What if I'm innocent over here? You know who I'm coming after? I'm coming after you. I want my fucking money, or I want some compensation. But these big companies, they be having stipulations and little clauses in their contracts that give them the ability to cancel contracts for all different types of. I used to have those in our.
At the same time, Oscar De La Hoya addressed rumors that Ryan Garcia could replace Davis. He shut down the speculation immediately, saying that if any real negotiations were happening, he'd be the first to confirm them. De La Hoya clarified that Garcia has his own plans in motion and fans shouldn't expect a surprise crossover bout with Jake Paul. His statement put an end to the rumors and reminded everyone that not every headline online deserves belief. De La Hoya made it clear that, as of now, there are zero talks between Garcia's and Paul's teams. That's all for today's update. Stay tuned for more breaking boxing news and insider analysis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the latest updates. Until next time.